guys that have gotten in my squad. I'm only gonna have like a...
We're live.
Welcome. First story.
That would be mind-blowing.
Trending stories are taking over.
TSTO? Why does he get a bell for that?
Next story.
Everybody get down! According to the sounds, I'm not doing so hot today.
TSTO.
TSTO thing.
TSTO. TSTO.
That's crazy.
Story time!
What is happening, people of the interwebs? It is the Trending Stories Taking Over show. My name's Todd Frazier.
I'm Jake Frazier.
And I'm Chris Cody.
And there is a co-host in Chris's studio right now.
That's right.
Who
I'm
is
a Ninja Turtle?
Look at your Ninja Turtle. He is all about it.
Ninja Turtle.
Look
Show
at that.
them the kid.
Oh.
Show them the kid.
Yeah, oh yeah, they can
Show
see him.
them.
He's Ninja Turtling right now. Right now. Look at that. Man. Oh, it's another day. It's another Thursday, which means the trending stories are taking over. We can't stop them. They just keep trending. They just keep trending and trending and trending and trending. And that's just the nature of it.
I burned my hand on all these hot stories. Today.
Yeah, they're hot.
They are hot. And it's a weird world that we're living in right now. I mean, I obviously don't know how to do things well because I keep forgetting to push the right buttons. And I didn't hit the stream button. I recorded, so we started. This is the second intro that we've done, which is great. But it's fun. We're having a lot of fun. Trending stories aren't stopping just because we're making mistakes.
And this is gonna. Greg is here.
Greg's here. What's up? Tiffany's here. There we go.
Awesome.
It's right now what we just did with our little oopsie daisies, thinking we were live on the internet.
That's
but
right.
Actually, we're not.
No, we were pretend live. Dana, hi Dana. How are you?
All the way into the first story. And then we realized that we were just recording, and this is going to go really well into the online school thing that we're going to talk about later.
Yes, that's right.
Anybody can have a podcast, and we got a message one time from Donald Trump himself.
We did.
We did?
Yeah. No, not actually Donald Trump, but a guy that's name is Donald Trump on YouTube.
The channel said Donald Trump. I believe it.
You think it's him?
I want to think it was.
Well,
he said never lies.
He said everybody thinks they could have a podcast, and you responded, which I thought was great, because you can. Why don't you have one yet, Mr. President? That was awesome. That just goes to show the haters. If you think you could do it better, do it.
That's right.
Better.
Quit talking about it and be about it. That's right. But there's so many things that are going on right now. LaCroix, Jake, we're not sponsored by LaCroix. LaCroix. We should be. LaCroix, if you're listening, we're ready for you.
Sponsored by LaCroix.
But hey, so this coronavirus thing, it is real. It's legit.
Crazy.
And we're all not in our normal places. I'm in Studio B. Jake, you said I should call it Studio T, or maybe Studio F for Frazier. Studio F at the house. You guys are at home. This thing is definitely trending, for sure. Jake, what have you been doing the last week since we last aired? Because it's been, I'm sure you're really busy.
I have consistently been waking up at 11:30 a.m. I have been going online to play Call of Duty with my friends every night at about 7.
So the new Call of Duty, that's the Modern Warfare where it's free, right?
Yeah.
It's like Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
last night I played with Luke, and it was Luke's, I think, third game ever, and I've been playing for 2.5 weeks, and on the team with him, I got my first win.
Wow.
You know what? Luke, you get a bell, buddy. You get a bell, Luke. You know what? And Steven Crowder did a live stream where he does this character called Jean-Guy. He's a Canadian, and he speaks in French like this. And he did a stream where he played Call of Duty live, and he doesn't know what it was funny. It was really funny.
Is he sponsored by LaCroix?
No, he's sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee, which Black Rifle Coffee, we would love your sponsorship. It would be fantastic.
Dangerous.
Yes,
it sounds like the show.
Yeah, that sounds like dangerous coffee.
Yeah, it's all retired Army vets, guys, or military vets. Yeah, it's a cool company. Jason Banks talks about it all the time on Facebook here. So
it's like 95% coffee bean and then 5% gunpowder.
Yes. Oh, that I hope that's the recipe. I really hope that's the recipe.
Coffee.
All right.
Literally.
Something
Jake-
explodes later, that's for sure.
That's
Natural
so many
accident.
bells. My bells can't even keep up. My bells can't even keep up. Hey, but if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed so you can see when we're releasing new videos, when we're live, like right now, because we got segments that come out all the time. Segments are being posted of these things. So that's really great. But hey, coronavirus. Let's do this. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at the coronavirus map because it literally, like you talk about trending things taking over. It is literally taking over based on this map. It's like taking over the world. Like,
Yeah.
we've got now, Chris. I get the sense that you are not impressed with coronavirus.
Well, not impressed. Yeah, give it to me. I'll give it a good old 1-2. No,
This is a Mike Tyson
it's
punch-out.
huge. It's huge. But sometimes I think I'm just getting tired of how it's talked about. Like we talked about in the fake start of the show about how
Yes.
the news outlets and stuff like that. I mean, like, why can't I think that drives some of the fear of people
Oh, yeah.
and like keeping distance. I know we need to keep distance, but like if it's brought into the thing of like, oh yes, we have 11,000 people who have gotten the coronavirus since it started. Okay, cool. Or it's 11,000 have gotten coronavirus. And
Yeah.
there's just like this certain way that they spin it. So just I feel like breeds more fear than the virus itself. However,
Yeah.
I look at this map that's on the
Johns
on the-
Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins thing,
Mhm.
and I'm like looking around. I'm like, it almost looks as if they put a red dot in every single country, like standard, like whether they got it or not, and then kind of made them bigger to make it like look more threatening. But I was curious, and I clicked on one of the dots here, way up there in Greenland. There's a teeny tiny minuscule dot.
Yeah, I see that one.
And it just says there's 11 confirmed and 11 recovered. I'm like, okay, cool. So they're hardy people in Greenland.
So Greenland's lit.
Right.
Greenland's got it going on.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think of where should I move.
Well, Greenland is. See, we gotta keep this straight. Greenland is ice, and
Yeah.
Iceland is green. That's right.
so we gotta keep. Okay. So that being said, people say that viruses have a hard time surviving in hot climates, but also in freezing climates. They do
Yeah.
well in cold and lukewarm climates.
It's kind of like people. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
true.
why
Lives
there's
in people.
Well,
If the people
okay.
are dead, they can't live there.
Well, and
Right.
you look at
So, like-
population, like the reason people are in certain areas like California would be weather is a factor. Like you look at all these dots on the map here, like it is very much based on population. There are very few people in Greenland. There are very few people in up here in the northern Canada area. You look at, but I mean, I don't know.
here's the thing. We got too many cases in the U.S., which means not enough people are staying home, and
Yeah.
we need to be safe and be smart,
Yeah.
and only go out by yourself if you are going stir crazy, or
Wear a mask.
wear a mask. Stay 6 feet away from somebody if you gotta see somebody. I understand human connection is so important. So 6 feet minimum,
Right.
But here's the deal, guys.
Break
Here's
it
what
down
I'm
for us, Jakey.
I don't know about you, but I have never enjoyed staying home more in my life.
What?
Like I have hated staying home for so long because I don't like being alone. I like to be around people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now I'm forced to be home alone and there's no responsibility and it feels great. Like I feel like a kid waking up on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? And watching cartoons because I just watch The Simpsons and play Call of Duty. That is
Nice.
all I do.
It's like permission to be lazy is what it is.
Exactly.
It's permission to be lazy.
Exactly.
But here's
here, I will tell you.
tell us.
Oh, no.
No, tell us.
I will tell you this. I've gotten a little tired of being lazy recently, so I applied for a job delivering Amazon packages.
What? Oh man, if you get that job, we have got the inside track on all the trending Amazon stories.
So I
you
have
go.
an interview tomorrow.
What? Like for real?
That's awesome.
So I could be delivering Amazon packages and be breaking my own rules that I just told everybody to do. But it's good for me.
Yep.
And it's good for you because you will get your packages that much faster with a smile, not only on the box, but on my face.
I love that, dude. If you get that job, we are gonna so many stories. So here's my take on the whole Corona thing. Yes, it is real. Yes, it is bad. I went through the numbers. I've done the calculations. It's a very low number of people that are actually getting it, and the death rate is really, really low. However, when people do get it, like Tiffany asked a question right here. Do any of you guys know someone personally that has been tested positive? I do not know anybody that's tested positive, but I do have friends in the medical community that are at the hospitals that are doing the testing, and they're saying this thing is, like, when you get it, especially if you have underlying health conditions, it is rough. So that is not, it's not something that you want to really necessarily mess with. Ethan says, congrats to you, Jake. Go get the Rona.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. You know it, bro.
Oh my gosh. But it's everywhere. Like, let's look at the map. I'm going to do some math with you guys for a second. Cause I think, you know what? Chris makes a really good point. And, Dana says something, the news portrays something that Greg said here earlier, but there is a negative vibe. Like, they're looking for a story. They're looking, oh my goodness. That's right. Tammy makes a good point. Gloria, we do know somebody that actually had it. It's a friend of my mother-in-law's, or my in-laws rather. She had it. She went to the hospital. She came back and forth in the emergency. It was not good. It was very bad, and it was touch and go there for a while. So actually, that's not. I correct myself. Thank you, Tammy. We do know someone that had it. Chris. Hey, what's going on, buddy? He says 5 people he knows have COVID. Oh my goodness, buddy. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. Now Chris lives in the Northeast.
Wow.
So yeah.
Pacific?
The Northeast. That's
Pacific Northeast?
That's
What?
Pacific Northwest, Atlantic Northeast.
But I mean, if there's a Northwest, there's got to be a Northeast to the Pacific.
No.
Okay,
No,
so does he live in like Boston?
No, he lives in Chris, correct me where you live. I know it's the Northeast corner. I want to say Maine, but I don't think it's that far.
Maine?
Yeah, like
Rhode
he's up
Island?
there.
How's
He's up
Stephen
there.
King doing?
Vermont.
But it's real. It's serious. Especially Chris has 5 people that got it and 2 have died. Like that's insane. These people, it is crazy. The deaths are real, which is why the social distancing I think is important. And as much as it sucks and it's frustrated, Greg says he's being tested, waiting for results now. Oh, dude.
Oh.
Greg, are you
Good
having
luck,
symptoms? Or is it just because of work? Curious. Actually, yeah. New England. Yeah, he's in Boston area.
Yep.
But like that's true. Like the deaths are real, and that's something that we can't look past, even if this thing isn't necessarily as big as all the media is trying to make it be with all the fear mongering tactics that they're using, right? Like people are dying from it, and that's serious.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the video of the bus driver that died in Detroit.
No.
Did you guys see this?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so there was a bus driver in Detroit, and there was a woman that got
Oh, hold
onto
on,
the bus.
Jake. Hold on, Jake. Greg says he's got symptoms. All right, dude.
Okay.
Hey, we're praying for you, buddy. That's not fun.
Man, hope you recover and recover quick. We need your comments.
Yes.
We need his comments. But
Robin
for real, man,
Robin asks, where are our masks? But we, because we're by ourselves, but we should wear masks on the next show, on the next stream, just to make sure that our audience stays safe. Chris has got his.
Right.
Chris, you almost had your there. There you go. That's good. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
No, but this Detroit bus driver, a woman got onto his bus and started coughing without covering her mouth or anything.
Oh man.
And just coughing everywhere, like sneezing, all this stuff. And he basically kicked her off the bus. Well, he recorded a video that was 8 minutes long, and he's wiping his head and everything, and wiping his face with a rag or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you get on a public transport and you don't cover your mouth, I don't care if you don't think that this thing is as big as they say it is or not. You got to be courteous for other people and recognize where you are, because people like me are getting up every day and going to work because we're public. We're public employees, employees of the government who literally have to do this job still in the wake of a pandemic.
Right.
And And he's like, and somebody is going to end up dying because of your negligence. And that guy ended up dying.
Wow. Yeah. The whole idea that people are thinking that they're above this, and I think this happens a lot. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it now. Where we are in Southern California, we don't have a lot of cases in our city specifically, and Orange County in general, but we're doing social distancing
10.
a lot.
We had 10 in Yorba Linda last time I checked.
We're over 40 now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll start spiking for sure.
When it was really, really early, Santa Ana had like 32 cases, and I was like, "Is everybody just macking down in Santa Ana?"
Well, no, there's more public transportation. That's what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing being the biggest factor of this being transmitted fastly, which is why I think New York quickly, which is why I think New York is such an epicenter, is the subways and the buses and the taxis. Like there is so much public transportation, and we don't have that out here like they do. There's most of Chicago has gotten hit pretty bad. Washington had it hit in that nursing home near Seattle, but then it nothing else because they just locked down the nursing home. We don't have the connection that a lot of these bigger cities and places do, like Chris up in New England. It's crazy, but I think that is the biggest thing is the public transportation is making it go even faster.
Can you lock people in a nursing home when they have it? Is that considered a death camp?
No, I don't think that technically is that. Robin says Irvine has a lot as well. Robin's in Tribuco. I'm telling you, it's that person to person, and it unfortunately, not to be scary, but the only way it's going to go away is the vaccine, and then I think that opens up a whole nother world of vaccines. Yes, not. I mean,
this one's about polio though. This one's more everyone should get it because and I mean, and it's hard because in that sense, everyone needs to get it. Right. I mean, the vaccine is just you being introduced to it in a way that your body can handle it without going nuts. But it's crazy, and I think that's where some of the news kind of hits us hard, and where we have these huge sides of it's not a big deal or it is a big deal. It's trying to judge that thing from on macroly, it's okay, yeah, it's you can equate it to the flu and all this kind of stuff, but when you look at the micro and you see the lives that are affected by it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so heavy. It's so huge. And then and we got to kind of bridge that gap a little bit because I feel like the news, even though they should be reporting it a little bit more macroly, I think, with the numbers and all that kind of stuff to say, hey, this is real, it's happening and stuff like that. But I think a lot of times they report it in a more micro level to hit the heartstrings to get you more in it and stuff. And it's hard because I think there's some of us, like myself, I'll admit, I am a little bit more cynical when it comes to the news sources because I'm like, oh yeah, sure, buddy. I only believe you halfway, and that I hate because then I'm seeing actual people who are being affected by it. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I feel like a fool, right? Because I'm talking about, it's not that big, or it is a big deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but I try to, in my own interpretation of the news, oftentimes, because I know they try to play on heartstrings. I know that it's at the end of the day, the news source, many of the news sources are trying to make a dollar, and they're trying to do it through the drama of what's going on. And I think, okay, well, I'm going to just listen to bits and pieces of what you're saying because obviously you're making it bigger than it is. But then you see how, no, it is actually a big deal. It is actually affecting lives. And how do you navigate this season in a way that respects the lives of those around you, and you adhere to the rules that they're saying and try and do your part, but at the same time understanding that we all kind of have to get it, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's through the vaccine. Hopefully it's through a vaccine, but it's going to run its course. It's got to go through it. And even thinking about when someone gets it or not, okay, so we close it down, stuff like that. Will that mean that it's dead and gone? Viruses flare up. So if then someone says dead and gone,
and they mutate,
had it, right? Exactly. So I feel like it's in time, everyone's going to get it, but I think that's the whole thing is we're trying to make sure that we social distance so that it doesn't hit everybody at once.
Right. Which I think is the most important thing because we do have vulnerable members of society, right? Like the elderly, and the immune compromised and the younger. So we have to protect those people.
So Chris here, he says his mom, because Chris's mother Chris, I miss hanging out with you, buddy. It's been way too long. But his mom's in a retirement home, and 52 residents full lockdown in rooms for past 3 weeks, and still
That's crazy.
it got in. Like it's nuts how this is all going down, man. And the thing that I think is interesting, Dean made a comment in here about the case numbers going up and spiking because of testing. I think that is something to also take into account, that there is something to be said for it. We don't know how many people actually have it and are asymptomatic. There's a test coming out to test for antibodies that I think is going to expose a lot of the question of how many actual cases are there. Like this 1.4 that Johns Hopkins is showing right now might actually be 3 million confirmed cases. The death isn't going to change because we already know if people are dying from it, we know what it's from. But the antibody test that's going to be able to say, that's one of the things they're talking about for putting people back to work. If you get the antibody test, you've been tested that you have the antibody, then you're safe, quote unquote safe, to go back to work in case you're around it. So, but again, the mutations
you're safe to go back to work. You can still pass it though, right?
No, you have to be quarantined. Like if you have the antibodies, but you don't have the virus still. So like they test your blood.
You have to be like that astronaut guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to be quarantined like that astronaut guy for like 2 weeks, and then you're like, okay, you're good to go to work.
Yep.
You're good to go to space.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's right.
But
so
no, okay. So like the thing that I'm intrigued with this whole thing is we've never seen something like this to the point where everybody responding the way that they are in this era, at least.
Right.
And also there's a lot of people that, I mean, prior to this whole lockdown everywhere thing and this election that we have coming up, people are yelling and screaming about this, the healthcare we have in this country. Right. And one thing that I do see as a positive of this virus and what is going on in the world today is that how much more better equipped are we going to be for something like this in the future now that we have seen something like this and done it on a quarantine or a lockdown or whatever on a scale like this?
Yeah.
How much more are we going to be able to see the warning signs of it and not just ignore it until it gets to the point where we lose jobs or lose the opportunity to go outside, you know?
And like you say, we're now used to it. Like we know what this is like. This is something that's never been done before. Greg, people are talking about being like SARS. It's so different than the way the SARS thing went down, because that didn't go global like this. This thing is nuts how it's gone global. And it's
funny enough, I
affecting,
think the strands are related too.
Yeah, the SARS, MERS, COVID, they're all versions of whatever. It's crazy. You just look at these numbers and it's nuts. However, when you look at the grand scheme of things versus population, there's 7 billion people. We're at like 0.34% of population, which is big, but it's still not.
That's really, really big. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not crazy. It's kind of,
unless you're affected by it, unless you're directly affected by it, and then it takes on a whole new meaning.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah. I understand that fully. It's just like if we're looking at sheer numbers, I mean, when we're talking about infection, like you were saying, with 7.8 billion people, right? Yeah. Like that is something that you are going to expect that there is going to be a 3.4 or a 3 point something case rate, and that's just a fact with diseases.
Well, with something this contagious. With something this contagious,
yeah.
So, anyways, we didn't want to rant on that, I don't think, for as long as we did. But I think it's on everybody's mind. I mean, you look at the comments here of everybody talking about this. It is very prevalent, and I think the fear that is being put into us because it's actually real, which it is real fear, and there are real people being affected by this. But I think the thing that's hard to separate is that emotional fear and the logical perspective. And we have to figure out how to balance that. And I think ultimately, as this thing goes through and it runs its case and we get past this, because it's temporary, this is not a death sentence for the entire world, but it is something to say, hey, this can happen. So we need to be ready.
Yeah.
Well, it's crisis feeding crisis, though. I mean, this is a pandemic and it's crazy right now, but I hear about things being closed longer and friends of mine are getting laid off, even especially entertainment and everything. It's like, I know those things will bounce back, but how? And will people, I feel like this is going to lead into another economic crisis.
Well,
and
it's
after
going to be
that,
different.
It's going to be a long time.
It's an opportunity for innovation, and I think one of the stories we're
Right.
talking about here later, talking about some sort of entertainment style of innovation, which I think this couldn't have happened at a better time for this thing to drop, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, it's super crazy. But
all I'm gonna say is that like this is really opened a lot of people's eyes to our humanity. Right?
100%.
Our vulnerability as human beings, and
Yeah.
because like day-to-day life, you get caught in a routine. You look around at what you're doing, and you think that there's this bubble, this hedge of protection, right? That's just there.
Yep.
And in reality, we're so susceptible to so many different things that could just take us out like that. You know what I mean? Like, and we'll talk about one of those things that happened to you the other day.
yeah, true story.
Had it just been a little worse, you never know. And that's the thing that like I at least have seen as a positive in this light too, is being able to say, one, like we're going to be well equipped for this in the future, not necessarily like to the moon and back, but at the same time, we're going to be able to handle something like this better. But also I am human,
Right.
and thank God I don't have it. And thank God that like my family doesn't have it, you know, but like for the people that do, or the people that do know somebody, or for I mean, God forbid, like the people like that know somebody that has passed away because of it, like that also reminds us of our humanity. Like our hearts go out to those people, and it's, I don't know, that's my 2 cents. I'm done with coronavirus. We're not talking about it anymore.
But speaking of coronavirus and the lockdown, like there are people that are not paying attention to it, and I think that's one of the big reasons why we still are battling a little bit. And this next story is about a guy here in California that said, you know what, I don't really care what you guys are saying. So this next story takes place in Malibu, California. Lovely Malibu, California. It's a fantastic place. It's got beaches galore. Lots of the big Hollywood types have houses there. But this guy, this Malibu surfer decided, you know what? Coronavirus, schmonavirus. I'm going to go surfing and self-isolate on the beach. And you know what happened?
The gnar, bro.
Gotta shed the gnar, bro.
Gonna get so pity.
Dude got arrested. Malibu surfer in handcuffs after enjoying empty epic waves. This guy, long sleeve. Look at this guy here, rash guard. He's like, it's not even giving me no more pictures. But he was out there all by himself, thought no big deal. The thing I think that's hilarious about this story, and hilarious in a like, what is wrong with people sort of way, like the lifeguard was out there in a boat and they said, hey, you got to go in. You got to go in. And he just was like, no, I'm not going to. So he waited until his session was over, and then he paddled in, and they hooked him up in handcuffs, man. Like,
There you go.
those are the kind of people that are out there.
Okay, yeah, like that makes a lot more sense now, because I'm like, this guy's just surfing and he gets arrested. No, if he refused an order.
Here's the video.
About this guy's coming in.
The boats are chasing him.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Wow.
Look at there's 2 huge boats coming around the corner. They're cutting him off from going to the pier.
Down. Pop the tires.
Like he was legitimately resisting.
God. Spray with the hose.
Not today, bro.
Not today, bro.
Today.
That guy,
today.
that was blatant. Like, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna like
Johnny
punk
Tsunami.
rockish. Like, come on,
Dude, that is for sure. That's friggin' metal, bro. That's like anti-establishment stuff.
it is, but it's
That's
so
like,
selfish.
You can't hold me down. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if nobody's in the water.
Well, but
If
but
the
the beaches
water
were
is all
closed.
yours.
But the beaches were closed.
Oh,
the beaches
that's
were
illegal.
closed. So he went in at some other
illegal.
harbor point and he went out there. He was breaking the law. The beaches were closed. So, but I saw this and I was like, "Are you for real? This is what is wrong with people out there. This is what."
Do the sharks have COVID?
The sharks, I don't think they do. I think the sharks are
then
clear.
He's good. Then open the beaches.
But this leads us right into
There's more than 6 feet of space. You need to have one guard with a mask and gloves up at the top of this of the pier, just like being like, okay, you can go into the beach now. You can go into
I don't know.
At the grocery store, listen to me, Todd. At the
Okay.
grocery store, they have those little strips of tape.
Yes.
You know what?
Where you're supposed to
To tell
stand?
you where 6 feet is? Yeah. Just put that on the beach. Put tape on the beach.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think that would actually work very well, Jake. But those are the kind of people that are out there that are doing that thing, and those kind of people are in California. And unfortunately, I had an interaction with a person in California. Now, I don't think that this happened because this person was overtly disobeying the law. I literally think he just didn't see me when he pulled out in front of me and did this to my car. He totally pulled out in front of me, and I smashed into him. It was raining. It was not bueno. Car's in the shop, so luckily I'm at home, so it's not, a big deal. But that happened, and you start to think, well, maybe it was 2 miles from my house.
You are human,
right?
You are human, and that is the thing. People say all the time, most accidents occur within 2 miles of your home. Yep. Are you exactly 2 miles away?
Well, I was just under Imperial Highway on Kellogg, so just probably about 2 miles.
Wow.
Probably almost exactly. So,
dude, did you hear what when the guy found out that most accidents happen within 2 miles of his home? Did you hear that he moved?
All right, Jake, I'll give you that one. Oh man, but yeah, people are paying attention. They're not paying attention, and it's gonna be just a matter of time before those people start getting their just desserts. Like this guy getting arrested. Like, come on, going to the beach. It's closed. It's closed for a reason. The yellow tape that says caution and the sign that says do not enter beach is closed. It's there for a reason, guy. But anyways,
he's like, that's a suggestion, bro.
That's for other people, not for me, bro. Greg says Greg says his thought, beaches are closed. The Pacific Ocean is not. Yeah.
You can't close the water, bro. You can't close it.
You can't close
it. Open
it.
expanse.
That's right.
The endless blue, bro.
But there's a lot of things that people are doing to keep themselves busy because we have to stay home. And in this next story, actually, it's a video we have of, it's just some really awesome stuff. And then it's going to take us into, you want to, let's get into this next story with a really awesome video. So now we're going to show you something, just because sometimes you need to look at something that's awesome. Sometimes you need to experience somebody doing something that you're like, man, how in the world did they do that? And that's exactly what this video is about. Jake shared this video with us literally before we started. But I'm going to show, so who is this person, Jake? Do you know who this person is?
No idea.
No idea. You found it on Reddit,
and
now evidently you can go live on Reddit, which is a thing.
Yeah, apparently. That's cool.
So,
but like, I mean, like, this just makes me happy.
Yeah.
This just makes me so happy.
Yes, and we hope
it's 21-23. Oh, wait, whoa.
What happened?
This is crazy. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We're still good.
Okay.
21-23. We need to get this moving.
All right, here we go.
Popping.
This
lady's going to entertain you folks at home. You can't go to concerts right now.
No.
You
can't.
Right now, we're bring you a musical segment. First time we've done that.
That's right.
Whoa, watch out. So here we go. This is
music. Go call it music on Reddit.
Music on Reddit, sure, but like I'm trying to think of what her name is. I don't know. Ninimus.
I don't see a username. Reddit. It's just on Reddit sessions.
Written on paper. I know, but it's written on paper. In the back, it says Ninimus. LOL.
I don't know.
Ninimus LOL.
Here you go. Here we go. See if you can pick out the song. Comment below. Hey, comment below if you know the song. Here we go.
Whoa! Look at her fingers go, bro! Are those like cartoon cigars on the end of her guitar?
I don't know what they do look like that. Like, what's Roger Rabbit? What's the baby with the cigar? They look exactly like that.
Baby Rabbit?
What kind of guitar is that, Jake? What is that?
I could a Chinese one?
It's four strings. All right, here she comes. Oh, the breakdown though.
So this one.
It looks like a giant ukulele.
It does. Or maybe she's really tiny.
That too.
Maybe.
That too.
I don't know what song this is. I thought I knew.
It's probably the opening of like some anime.
Whoa!
That's pretty righteous.
It is righteous, right?
That's not a lute, is it? Like electric lute kind of thing?
I don't
I don't
know.
I think lutes actually have a different like neck thing, but
Are you watching this stream?
yeah, because I don't have the story, so I'm just watching the actual stream. And there's a bit of a lag.
Yeah, that's too funny. So you know what? This girl, yeah, that is impressive. I'm gonna give her a bell and a clap. Whoever, just that is impressive. Somebody is doing. Somebody's stuck at home and they're like, I got to figure something out. So I'm gonna make some epic guitar solo video live on. Dean says I don't know that song, but wow, Dean, I agree with you. Greg says my fingers hurt.
Yeah, dude, it's like at the end of isn't it Helter Skelter where they're like, "Oh, I blisters on my fingers."
I don't know that. I don't know. But you know what? I wonder if you could learn to play that if you went to a certain website.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Next, we're going to talk about that website because I am seeing ads for this all
transition.
the time. All the time.
That was a flawless transition. I want you to hear that I said that was a flawless transition.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, we're transitioning to the next story. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I have seen it all over the place. Masterclass. I've seen the most recent ads that I've seen. I saw just yesterday. What's her face? I've seen the Gordon Ramsay thing all the time. I see this Chris Voss, who's a negotiator. I get that in my feed a lot. There's another one, but have you guys seen Masterclass? Steve Martin has it. This is like the ultimate celebrity learn how to do things course. This looks pretty nuts.
That's one.
So, yeah, you got it in most popular. So it looks like Kelly Weirstler teaches interior design. That is the top one. Really?
Well, it's probably new.
But it's in most popular. That seems weird. Gordon Ramsay's in the mix. Martin Scorsese's in there. Penn and Teller. Natalie Portman. I've been seeing that one a lot.
Yeah.
But this is interesting. Acting. What do you think Natalie Portman would teach?
You know what? I saw a little intro to hers once because I was curious, and it looked really interesting. She talks about like as her character goes into an environment, and is it the character's environment or someone else's environment, and what you look at and stuff to kind of make it more like you actually reside in that place as opposed to just walking on set. And you know what I mean? Like, and that's how she will involve herself with the objects or the environment she's in. And I'm like, well, so that's a whole another level of thinking about approaching, a scene, as opposed to just like, well, these are my lines and I'm going to say them to this person, or whatever.
Well, and I think that
as an actor.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Jake. You are an actor. I forgot.
As an actor. Yeah, she's right. That's very true.
Yeah. And my acting experience went more like I have a horse beneath me and a sword in my hand. Therefore, those are the only props I have, and I have to ignore the general audience around me. And what ho? Let us fight.
Dude, wait, hold the phone.
What?
We need to pitch a show about the knights at medieval times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Our show idea. Don't you dare take it out there.
No, you
might
can't
as well do
take
it now.
it.
They've all been laid off, so
yeah, it's a good time to do that. But this masterclass thing, learning at home, e-learning, like we've talked about how schools are having to go to e-learning. Everybody's got extra time, and there are so many things out there that you can learn to do. And this masterclass is one of the biggest things I see. Like there's Skillshare, there's Udemy, there's this masterclass, and there's this other thing. Have you guys seen this? It's called Do Things Online. Have you heard of this course? Have you heard of it?
Do tell.
Do Things Online. Awesome. It's our website. I'm teaching you guys how to podcast. If you guys love podcasting, we love podcasting. This is a 29 video course about podcasting, and you can get there's a free option where you can check it out for free. You can get the full course for $99. And then there are versions where you get live training and answers to your questions with 50% off with code podcast on those live versions. So go to dopodcast.com, check it out today because you've got time. Why not learn to podcast? Yeah. Why not learn to podcast? Right? I mean, it makes sense.
Professional.
It is. Have you seen this? Jake,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's so great. I think it's one of those things. It was a lot of time to make. Well, a lot of time. It took me a week, but I think that's one of those things. Yeah, I know. I do things, guys.
Full week,
a full week.
Blow right through it. Full steam ahead.
Just
the beaches are not closed. Not for you today.
Not for me. No, the beaches are not closed. But Do Podcast is the new course on Do Things Online. We're going to be coming out with how to live stream, because this is something I love teaching people how to do. And it's one of the biggest things on my YouTube channel. People just check it out all the time. Speaking of YouTube, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed so you know whenever we have new videos come out. We have segments of these videos come out all the time. And you're not going to want to miss any of our content because it's so great. Yes, Jake?
We also do giveaways.
Oh, that's right. And we have winners. We have winners to the contest. So if you won, you're going to get an email. Watch for that because you're going to get something. And whether it's the Starbucks or Amazon, either one, it's going to be great.
Starbucks is still open and so is Amazon.
So is Amazon. See, we didn't even know that we were this on top of it.
We're so on top of it. Of it. Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
This is them.
Yes.
This is us.
That's us. That's right. But everybody's staying at home. There's lots of stuff to do on the internet, specifically at Do Things Online. You can learn how to podcast right now, and there's going to be other stuff. But there are a lot of people that are still out there that are very skeptical, like Chris was talking about this coronavirus. And there's a theory that's been going around that I think is, I don't even understand why this is a conspiracy theory, but we're going to talk about that in the next segment. So right now, there are people that are not sure about this coronavirus. They're very skeptical. They're saying, I don't know. I don't think that this is just accidentally happened. This is a real thing. And have you guys seen this new theory, conspiracy theory? I mean, new to me in the last couple of weeks, which, I mean, this whole thing is new. But people are saying that 5G is a cause of the coronavirus. Have you seen this story yet?
No, but I'm reading it and it looks silly.
It is silly.
Conspiracy theorists are claiming that 5G is contributing to the problem either by weakening people's immune system or even transmitting the virus.
Yeah. It says right here in the article, even the general correlation between 5G and COVID-19 doesn't stand up to scrutiny. They're both global phenomena happening at roughly the same time, but as soon as you look at specific countries, the correlation falls apart. This is the dumbest conspiracy theory of all of the conspiracy theories I have heard ever. 5G, people are burning. This is a picture of people burning a 5G tower because.
Oh, is that on that picture?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're burning
it. Brand new.
It's brand
new. Don't burn it.
I don't understand how this even became a thing, but that made me think, what other conspiracy theories are out there that we really should warn the general public about? So we are going to give you the top 5 conspiracies and their debunked facts. Well, based on this.
I heard one about 5G, but it had nothing to do with it actually spreading the virus because that just sounds ridiculous, right? But
right.
The one I heard was more like, okay, well, now that 5G's been released, it's faster, and then while everyone's away from all these government things, while everyone's staying at home, not going to schools, they're going to start putting in secret recording devices and stuff like that. That's all connected to 5G. So they're going to high stream and watch your face and be able to do, surveillancing of you and stuff like that everywhere you go, which I'm like, well, that sounds a little bit more believable and scary than, the 5G. That makes it sound like, oh, I don't have Wi-Fi anymore.
Well, it's funny, right here. Okay, so here's the top 5, and the first one is the 5G spreading the virus. The rumor is that the latest generation of cell network technology, 5G, has inspired conspiracy theories in the past, with people claiming the radio waves can cause cancer, among other things. And now they're saying that it's causing the coronavirus, which is the craziest thing.
In the middle paragraph, in the middle paragraph, they say it should be noted that 5G is a spectrum of electromagnetic waves, not droplets.
That is too true. This is like when this is the other thing about people staying home is they get really dumb ideas and then they share them with the world on the internet, kind of like this show. But but the next one, and this isn't such a conspiracy theory as just a rumor that ibuprofen is bad for the coronavirus victims. Right here, somebody hypothesized, this guy Lancet, that anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen might increase the risk of coronavirus infection by spurring the increase of a particular enzyme called ACE2. Ibuprofen causing the spread, I don't think that makes a lot of sense at all.
No, I heard the ibuprofen wasn't as effective as Tylenol with the symptoms.
Yes, I did hear that.
But not causing it. That's ridiculous.
Right,
yeah,
well,
the World Health Organization, who
are you?
stated on March 18th that it does not have any evidence that ibuprofen accelerates the coronavirus.
Yeah, and they had to do that in a tweet because that's where everybody's looking. So
second conspiracy, busted.
Thank you. We're just gonna give it a buzzer. All right,
Adam
next
Savage.
one. The virus is a biological weapon made in a lab. Now hold on a second.
Absolutely true.
This is absolutely true. I
Absolutely
agree.
true.
I agree. So here's the thing.
Absolutely true.
Here's the thing.
Made by the 11 survivors in Greenland.
They have to. Oh! They have to cover up their tracks somehow. They do.
Okay.
And this, I think, Digital Trends is in cahoots with the people that created the coronavirus.
This is the fourth virus
Yes.
to escape. This is the second virus to escape from the same lab that SARS escaped from in Wuhan.
Same one in Wuhan.
This is the fourth pandemic virus to escape from China in general.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, a lot of that has to do with population.
People on top of people
and-
on top of people
right,
on top of people.
Right. But if
Right.
once it does leak out of a lab like that in a place like that, it goes crazy.
China
Right.
China is by. Okay, we gotta whisper because it's conspiracy.
Okay.
time.
Don't say.
Wait,
Let me
get my
Ina
tinfoil.
Che. Say Ina Che.
Ina Che.
Ina Che.
So that the
Ina Che.
algorithms don't pick up what we're saying.
Right. Ina Che is buying up all the ports. This isn't a joke. Ina Che is out there buying up all the ports. They own all the ports. They just offered like $10 trillion to buy the Los Angeles port. The Los Angeles port. I'll say it one more time.
Wait,
for the kids
where
in
are
the
you
back.
getting your
The
information
Los
about
Angeles
Ina Che?
port.
Where is this coming from, Jake?
Online. Yahoo.
Online. The internet. Yahoo.
It's coming from Yahoo because that's the only search engine that works on your computer.
Maybe Ina Che has already taken over your computer. That's why all you have is Yahoo News.
You know what? That's what it is. That's what Greg says. We're the guinea pigs. Yeah, man. So I think that the truth that they're saying here about it not being created, I don't know that I necessarily believe that their truth is debunking this myth, right? No. What is Jake? What are you pointing at?
On Association of Mature American Citizens.com.
What does it say? What does it say?
It says acquisitions of California port, China broadens influence on U.S. commerce.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Danger, Will Robinson. But you know what?
And this is according to the Association of Mature American Citizens. So you know it's
So
true.
you know it's true.
Right.
You know it's true. Oh my goodness.
That sounds like a big game of Monopoly. Like the first person who buys all the 4 railroads is like,
Yep.
They got
they're buying all the
Boardwalk.
ports, right?
They got Boardwalk.
They got
They're
Boardwalk.
peeling off the sticker on their large McDonald's fries to see if they got Parkway.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Which that whole Monopoly thing is a scam. You know that?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, we need
Conspiracy.
to do a whole episode on that McDonald's thing because I saw a video about it. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I know why I never won.
Right. In case you didn't know, we'll do a deep dive into this at some point. Deeper. And we're gonna talk about it. But basically, all of the McDonald's Monopoly games, you know the ones I'm talking about, where your
Right.
kids are like, McDonald's, they have stickers on them.
My
All of
kids,
the-
me.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But all of those were won by one guy and/or by people in association with this one guy who
Dude,
scammed McDonald's.
Don't blow the
Millions.
story. Don't blow the story.
Wow.
We're gonna do an expose on this.
Teaser.
Okay, that's the teaser. All right. So let's get back to the coronavirus myths and we'll do McDonald's myth in a little bit. So vitamin C, bleach, and supplements can cure it. In times of plague, hey, whoever's listening to this, Chris, I'm hearing something.
Oh, it's his headphones.
Yeah, get your headphones on there, dude. We don't need we don't need background noise. In times of plague, people naturally grow desperate for cures. Social media, with its lack of fact-checking, has been a breeding ground for rumors about miracle treatments. The truth: bleach is great for disinfecting household surfaces, not the inside of your body. People are saying you drink bleach? That's just dumb. Don't drink bleach. That's a bad idea.
Never drink bleach.
No, that's not what you do. You don't drink bleach, but what you do is you mix it with ammonia, and then everything will be clean.
What? No, but you don't. You still don't drink it. You still don't drink it. You never drink it.
You guys don't get that joke?
No, I don't get that joke. Tell me the joke. What am I missing?
Ammonia and bleach together makes tear gas.
Oh, yes. Let's not do that. Don't tell the kids at home, Jake. That's a bad idea.
Mix it in a bathtub.
No, don't. No, and don't take a bath in bleach. That's just a bad idea. Here's another one. The virus is not that bad. Coronavirus is no worse than the flu, Chris. This one's for you. And maybe even less dangerous. This is a common thread. Here's the truth. There are certainly similarities between the coronavirus and the flu. Both have similar symptoms and both can spread through droplets. The coronavirus skeptics, the flu's high yearly numbers are a reason to dismiss coronavirus panic. There are a few reasons.
Dismissing the panic is ridiculous. Like, to just dismiss something because it's like something else, that is ridiculous.
Right.
I think I said ridiculous too much. But regardless, I would never dismiss the coronavirus panic. But I mean, that's.
But
I see
people are saying this guy, the guy that got arrested surfing in Malibu, he probably said, "It's just the flu. I'm going surfing." That's where I think that this one is going from. And then the last one here, this one was created by Einice, and they say an official in Einice's foreign ministry suggested that the U.S. Army started the virus, pointing to its presence at the Military World Games in Wuhan in October.
Okay.
What?
Hang on.
Okay, do this, Jake. Let's do it.
There is a little bit of weight to this.
Oh.
So Ethan and I had a little social distance hangout in his backyard one time.
Okay.
And he pulls up this thing. He goes, "Hey, have I shown you this?" And I was like, "No." So he's like, "I'm going to send it over to you via text message so we don't touch the same phone."
Right. Good idea. Smart. Way to go, Ethan.
So he sends me this text message, and it is a U.S. patent that was created in November of 2019 for the vaccine to COVID-19.
What?
It's like a 400, I think, page patent that is specifically for the vaccine of COVID-19. Created last year.
Created by who?
Americans.
Oh, what? Uh-oh. I just got a little nervous there.
Crazy.
Oh, man. You know what? This whole thing, I don't know. I would not be surprised if somewhere someone has this whole, it's like 24. This is like an episode of 24 or a season rather of 24, especially with how fast. You know what? That's a great analogy. Where's Jack Bauer when you need him? We need Jack Bauer.
Dead.
You know, no. I mean, come on. Anyway, so I'm going to say Jake.
He's black now.
He's not. That's not Jack Bauer. Hey, I saw a trailer with Kiefer Sutherland in some sort of role that looks a lot like Jack Bauer. I don't remember what the show was, but I really want to find out because that looks fantastic.
We'll go as soon as movies are back open.
I don't think it's a movie. I think it's a TV show. I think it's going to be a series in either Amazon or Netflix. I don't know which one yet. I got to find it. But that's the Corona conspiracies. There's a lot of people thinking things, and Jake has brought up something that I did not know about. So that is, if you want to do your own deep dive and you got some time, go deep dive into that because that looks like that could be rather promising. But in the spirit of conspiracies and coronavirus and trying to get it done, there is something that somebody put out saying that there is this is kind of like a potential look at future if we allowed a technology to basically free us from quarantine, but there's some price, I think, going along with that. So
of course.
Yes. So in this segment, we are talking about this article from The Atlantic that says the technology that could free America from quarantine. Now, that sounds pretty nice. Something we'd like to know about. But before we talk about this, I want to tell you guys right now, we have something called the Do Podcast course on Do Things Online. You can go check it out. There is a free option for you to learn how to podcast. We love podcasting, and we want to share it with you. There are multiple different options for you. There's some with live training, so you can get all your questions answered. Go to Do Things Online and check out the Do Podcast course today. But in the meantime, we are going to talk
Seamless
about
plug.
how, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I had to do I was channeling my inner Ben Shapiro there. My inner Ben Shapiro ad read. But
You can download Honey directly into your browser.
Hey, Honey, we would love sponsorship from you. That's we would not say no to that. So in this article,
Simply Safe keeps you.
so in this article here, it's talking about technology that could free us from quarantine. And the idea, I think, like I started reading this and I was like, this is a story. It's like a short story, which is kind of cool. But it's interesting because the more that you read into it and you think, oh, wow, this is like what life is like just in a few months from now. This is not like years ahead. What it's saying is what we would have would be a tracking on our phone using our geofencing. And it's a cool fall evening in September 2020. With a bottle of wine in hand, you slide into the front seat of your car to drive to a dinner party with close friends.
And drive into a teenager's car.
He wasn't there. It's been 8 months since you've seen most of them, at least outside of a computer screen. And it goes on and it tells this story. But what happens is you're on your way, you're driving, and your phone blings and says, uh-oh, you've been in contact with somebody that has tested positive for coronavirus. So then you go back inside and you start your 14-day quarantine. And like, what are you doing?
Sorry, this short story is getting me amped.
It's pulling you in, right? So it goes through this whole thing, but basically what it's saying is there are technologies that if we opened up and we allowed our privacy to be tracked, we allowed our phones to say, this is where we are, this is where they were, we were in proximity, and they can track if someone tests positive, instead of tracing back manually, they would be able to trace back through our geofencing and say, hey, you were in contact with this person. That is, now we're going to be able to tell if you need to be quarantined or not. And then you get tested and you can go out of your house once you've tested negative twice or been symptom-free for like 14 days or something like that. So
this is like future talk.
This is future talk. Now they are implementing something like this in South Korea and in one other. Well, like with China, everybody has to opt in because it's a communist country. They have to opt in to allow the government to see everything on their phone, everything they do, all their location, everything like that. Which is essentially what this would be. We would opt in to say, yes, please track me so that I know if I get coronavirus. Now, here's the problem with that. I mean, you guys know where this is going, right? We've talked about this, like the Black Mirror episodes. We've talked about that a lot. This is almost like somebody be able to read your thoughts. Like in that first episode of Black Mirror you talked about, where they can say, this is what you've been doing. This is what you've been seeing. This is who you've been with. We know everything about you. Everything. Are we willing to give that up to not stay at home? Because that's what I think the question is.
Sure. Absolutely.
You're willing to say, I give up all my privacy, because once you opt in, it would be really hard to get that to go away.
There's no opting out.
There's no opt out.
Yeah, no. I'm
You're totally in.
I don't care. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Help protect me? Help me and protect me?
Wait, but you're assuming you're assuming that the people that would be in charge of the information would not have negative ideas of what they want to do with it. Dude, think about all the shows. Think about all the things.
Because the government isn't bad people. They're not corrupt in the government.
Okay, good point.
Politicians are corrupt.
Good point.
We trust them. We put them in office.
Good point. We did vote for them, so why wouldn't we trust them? That's a great point.
If I vote for you...
I didn't vote for him.
Yeah.
Not my president.
So, Chris, what's your take?
Nope.
I
don't... Yeah.
Plain and simple. I like it.
Does Starbucks track you guys? Are they doing something to track as far as whether you're connected with people who were on that shift that had it or show up with symptoms? Are they doing anything like that?
I mean, if they got the knowledge that someone had symptoms on a shift, they would contact anybody who is on there. But if you're showing any symptoms of anything, it's like go home and stay home.
Yeah.
Like I had mild congestion a couple weeks ago, and they're like, nope, go home, stay home.
Oh.
I mean, stuff I would have worked through no problem, no headaches, no fever. I mean, I wouldn't have even gone in if I had that at all.
Oh.
But like, it was just like a congestion in the nasal thing. That's it. Like no other symptoms whatsoever. And I'm like, this is something I would have done anything with,
Yeah.
But I called ahead because I knew the state of the environment. And like, I don't want to spread fear, So I reached out to the manager. I was like, I've got a congestion. Truly, it's just a cough and sniffles and a little mucusy. That's it. And they're like, stay home. We'll figure it out. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
I have a question that's kind of related, kind of unrelated.
Okay, let's
Have you guys ever faked being sick to get out of work?
No.
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
Really?
I
don't
have
think-
honor.
Well, I work for myself most of the time.
But yeah, let's end this conversation.
Oh, because you don't want to talk about how many times you faked sick?
It was one time, and it was elaborate, and it works.
It was
Ferris Bueller style.
Oh,
Like,
that's
big time.
Hey, if you're watching this, comment below if you've ever pretended to be sick. We won't tell your boss to get out of work. Put that in the comments below.
But I'll tell your mom.
Yeah, that's right. No, he will tell your mom. It's true. He'll really do that.
No, yeah, it was extremely elaborate. I was working at the pizza shop, and my friend was having a party, and I was like, I can't miss it. So on my delivery out with like the large salads, right? And this is before COVID, so don't freak out. The large salads have 2 dressings, and they asked for 2 extra dressings. So I already bagged up the 2 extra dressings, but I told the it was Italian dressing.
Yeah.
I told one of the cooks to bag up 2 for me, even though I bagged up 2. So I walk out and I come back in. I have one of the Italian dressings that I bagged up in my back pocket when I come back in. So they're like, I was like, man, I'm not feeling so hot. Like I think I need, and I'm gonna go get some fresh air. So I go outside and I specifically wait until I know Donnie is gonna be taking out the trash. And I
wait. Who's Donnie? Who's Donnie?
Donnie is the 53-year-old pizza delivery boy that I worked with at the time.
Okay, good.
And so I put all the Italian dressing from the 2 cups in my mouth, and I'm sitting outside, and Donnie's taking out the trash, and I just. And Italian dressing goes everywhere, all over the ground. It's like down on my shirt a little bit. And I walk back inside, and Donnie's like, Jake puked! And so Steve's like, Jake, go home. And I was like, thank you, sir. And then I was like talking to him like this, right? Like, this is the counter over here.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, sir. And I turned around and I was like, and I just walked out of there.
You know what, Jake? That was worth the story for sure. That was good.
Right.
I've never gone to the lengths of that. That's you know what? That's really good. Claps for you. But you do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to get to the party. So, all right, you know what? We're getting close. We've been on here a long time. We need to get to this last story, though, because there's something that I've been seeing ads for a lot. It's something that I mentioned it early on in the show that it is going to be, I think this is the perfect time for this to be released. And we're going to talk about that in this next segment. But before we get to that, I want to tell you guys, if you haven't already heard, Do Things Online. Go get your Do Things Online course on. Go get Do Podcasts. Learn how to make podcasts. We have a free course where you get a download checklist. You get everything you need to know to use just your phone. You can do an entire podcast with just your phone. Go sign up today. DoPodcast.com. And it's, you know what? You need to start making a podcast. You got time. Why not make a podcast? But in line with what's going on around the world, there are some things that are being launched that are actually the perfect timing. Like this is the perfect time for a certain things. I think it's great for innovation. No matter what industry you're in, there is innovation that can happen to make you win. And I think this app that is dropping right now is going to be huge, almost whether the content's good or not. Almost whether the content. And what I'm talking about is QUIBY.
Well, TikTok is huge.
So this app is, QUIBY is finally here. Wait, what is QUIBY? Now, before this story, had either of you guys heard of QUIBY before? No?
No.
No.
Oh,
okay.
no, you mentioned it once, I think, but I don't remember.
So QUIBY, here's the deal. QUIBY has been all over my ad feed. I've been seeing it all over the place. So they're doing a good job advertising. But look at these faces. Like Chrissy Teigen, Kevin Hart, Jennifer Lopez, and
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, like,
EDE.
Elba.
so it is the long-hyped mobile-centric streaming platform devoted to short-form programming is now live. This app is based on mobile streaming, and the segments, the videos themselves are 10 minutes or less, all of them. So it is very, like, you can't even watch it on a computer or TV. You can only watch it on your phone. It is crazy. But the thing that I thought was nuts is they're dropping this whole thing, this whole entire new app, new media. It is based on mobile. All the people that watch on mobile that are probably watching this on their mobile right now, if you're watching this. But right here, who's behind it? Katzenberg is the project's founder, while former eBay and Hewlett-Packard boss Meg Whitman serves as Quibi's chief executive officer. A slew of big media conglomerates are also putting their financial heft behind Quibi. Investors include Warner Brothers, NBC Universal, Disney, BBC Studios, Lionsgate, and MGM. That's basically everybody.
Everybody.
That is everybody. Right. And this is like, have you guys looked at any of this yet since I sent it to you?
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, right now at this moment in time.
So here's the thing that's interesting is because it's mobile centric, it's mobile, not even mobile centric, it's mobile only. Like this, you can't even watch anywhere else. These shows are going to be short, but they're designed in a way where whether you're watching portrait or landscape doesn't matter. It's still immersive. If we look at the list of these shows, like there is, so Apple
comedy, drama, reality shows, documentary, news.
So Apple TV came out when their Apple TV Plus came out. They came out with like 4 shows. Right now, I love the news show on there, the morning show. I watched a couple others. I wasn't wild about it, but this network has got so many shows already, and they just dropped this week. This flipped one looks kind of funny. I seen that where they who's the actors in this? Have you seen this one, Jake? Yeah, Flipped.
I don't see anything about Flipped.
Oh, scroll down. It's Will Forte and Caitlin Olsen.
Comedy.
Oh, I love Will Forte.
Yeah, Andy Garcia's in it. Like, look at these names. Look at Andy
Meg
Garcia,
Ryan.
Jerry O'Connell, Rebecca Romaine. My goodness. These are huge people. Huge people. The budget behind this. Oh, my goodness. So there was something down here to say, what did they spend? How much did it cost? Where is it?
How much is Quibi spending to get off the ground? Our content budget from now through the first year from launch is 1.1 billion.
Yep, with a B, people. With a B.
Wow.
So
the show will cost the same, of course. Katzenberg says that the most expensive shows on the service will cost $100,000 per minute.
That is insane production cost. $100,000 per minute. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's like
that. This show would
on par. That's almost on par with like major motion picture.
Yeah,
I think it's more.
Well, no,
because you get like $350 million budget for an Avengers movie.
Well, right, but that's a stupid budget. Like, but these are like shows for your phone.
Right.
These are shows for your phone. There's right here,
and we watch it on our phone.
Our phone? The files are in the computer.
I know these names of shows better than I know my own grandmother.
So $6 million an hour is the top end of what they are investing in content.
Good.
What in the world? This is insane. This better be good.
$470 million to market both the platform and individual shows.
Yeah.
Almost $500 million.
Just in marketing.
Incredible.
Which is why I'm seeing Quibi everywhere. Now they've got huge stars. Like we went through some of the lists on this. If we go to let's go to the shows here, and let's see. So like I said, there's Thanks a Million where it's got all these celebrities that come in. Nick Jonas is in it. Kevin Hart, Jennifer Lopez.
Where are you seeing this list?
So if you click on, are you on Quibi.com? You can
no.
Go to Quibi.com, and then click on shows. And you can go down. Chrissy Teigen has her own like Chrissy's Court. Why is she an attorney or why is she a judge? I don't get that. It's comedy, okay. Then there's a documentary that says I Promise. It looks like LeBron James is part of that one.
That looks pretty interesting.
So this one, The Most Dangerous Game. That one
What is
looks
Memory Hole?
interesting. Memory Hole, yes, that looks good.
That's Will Arnett.
Will Arnett, yep. So here, I'm gonna do the preview of The Most Dangerous Game. This is the first ad that I saw was for Most Dangerous Game, with Liam Hemsworth in it, and it is.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, Greg says he got to step away for a QUIBY. Hey, see you later, buddy. But this is insane. Like, just watch the production value of this. This is all I want you to look at the production value of this. Like, it's for a phone. It's for a phone. Watch this.
You gotta lose this guy. Who is it? Doesn't matter. He'll kill both of us. Promise me something. Yeah. Don't follow me.
Wait, okay, I did see this.
Huh.
If I just had some cash, I'd get some treatment. Maybe see my son be more. Think you can help me somehow?
I do, but I can't do it alone.
This is made for a phone, guys. Look at this.
This is crazy.
You can't even watch it on a TV screen.
You'd want them to hunt me?
Oh, Greg said that he made a joke. He's still here. LOL.
Yeah, I know. Hi, Greg.
This makes me get an iPhone Plus so I can have a bigger screen to watch it.
Like tag or something?
Is it like tag?
The sport in its purest form. A hunt to kill.
It's a 24-hour game.
That reminds me, wasn't there like a Ray Bradbury story of the same thing, but it was on an island where some guy went and then they were like...
Well, yeah.
That's a book, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a short story. It was a novella.
So this whole thing, like just looking at that production value of this show specifically, even if they just did this show, that is a ton of effort and money that they're putting into this. Holy moly! Now, everybody being stuck at home, we've got time to watch content. They're giving free access right now, so I've downloaded it to check it out. But what was that? I don't know what
free?
That was. Yeah, check it out. Download it now on your phone. It's like 90 days for free or something like that. So,
whoa.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, check it. We got time to check it out. So, we're going to give a full review on QUIBY on the next show, Jake. So, you got to watch all the shows.
Okay.
All the shows.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I think that it would be fully possible for me in a week to be able to watch every single one of those shows all the way through and finish them to completion. So my question is why is that like okay with people? Because like I feel like that there's a lot of the content, it's a lot of well-produced content, but are they cutting it too short?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, you think about the attention span. Well, okay, 10 minutes from the standpoint of the attention span, because they say their target market, right? Their target market is
Gen X and the younger members of Gen Z, or millennials, Gen Z, and the younger generation of Gen X.
Right. Which, if you look at, that's kind of the YouTube demographic swung a little bit younger, but they're like attention span for YouTube videos. If your YouTube video is any longer than like 7 minutes, good luck getting them to watch much of it at all, or even click on it because of the length. They're so much programmed for fast. This
is why my brain does not work for like social media or like online stuff, because I am the opposite.
Right.
I am looking for something that is substantial enough for me to sink my teeth into.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see a video that's 18 minutes, heck yeah, I'm in. If it's a short film that's 18 minutes long, I'm watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, because it gives me time to watch the characters develop,
right?
To understand the world that they're in, to understand what the conflict is, because stories about character, and the only way characters move is conflict.
Right. Yep.
So like that, if you don't have enough time to introduce the world, an interesting character that we care about, and layers of conflict throughout the whole thing, I don't know how you're going to do that in 10 minutes.
Right.
I just don't.
Well, you don't do the whole show. It's just going to be like, here's a chapter. Like that, the one we just saw the trailer for is probably the first show is him getting the offer. And then boom, when we start. And the next episode.
Well, it's episodic. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're saying, like it could go, because in that theory, Jake, if you took that and said, I need it to make the characters be more than just 10 minutes, think about, yes, it's 10-minute chunks, but the entire show itself is going to be, a season might be 7 hours. You know what I mean? So
True. It could be a long season. It could be 24 episodes. I don't know. I'm not working for QUIBY, but QUIBY, if you want somebody that understands TV, hire me.
Or
you have to understand a new version of TV.
That's right. Or if QUIBY wants to spend some of that $470 million in advertising, I'll talk about QUIBY all day. We'll review all the shows. QUIBY, where are you at, QUIBY?
There's
so many stories.
There's just ways of
Yep, exactly. What we will do is we will just say, who's Netflix?
Yeah, exactly. Who's Netflix? Who's Netflix?
That stinky boy in the corner. Oh, that's Netflix? Get him out.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, we didn't even get through all the stories because there were so many stories that were trending and taking over. We couldn't get to all of them. But there's always next week. It's not over. It's just begun.
Ever get through all of them?
What?
Do we ever get through all the trending stories?
Well, we always get through the ones that we've picked out. There were 3 stories we didn't even get to because because coronavirus took over. Literally, coronavirus took over the show.
Next week we are not talking about coronavirus at all.
We'll try.
We'll do the thing like we're in quarantine. I'll do it. Yeah, that's it. QUIBY, that's it. We'll do a thing that's like we're in quarantine. We're in quarantine. It sucks. Here's how it's going.
Get over it.
Right?
Yeah.
Get over it. And then other stories. We gotta find other stories.
That's right. All right, party people. Hey, this has been Trending Stories taking over. I'm Todd Frazier.
I'm Jake Frazier.
And I'm Chris Cody.
And we will see you in the next episode. Later, guys.
Boom.
I'll tell your mom.